Welcome to the Cannes Boat Show, where behind me is one of the big new launches from the British manufacturer Sunseeker. This is the brand new Predator 55. Now, this boat is based on the same hull as the Sunseeker Superhawk 55, but has a completely new deck moulding, completely new interior, and feels like a totally different boat. And I'm going to show you every single aspect of it. My name is Hugo Andre. You're watching Motorboat and Yachting. Let's go and tour it. Prices for the new Predator start at £1.675 million. Now, one of the first things to notice is how much taller it is at the rear end than the Superhawk 55. And that is because it has a substantial tender garage underneath this raised sunbed. There is room under here for a Williams 325 jet rib, which makes a substantial difference over what the little mini jet inside the Superhawk. The other thing you can see is this bathing platform is on a linear hydraulic high-low system, so as it whirs down, it reveals a staircase down into the water and a very simple launching platform for that tender. What it does mean is that the sunbed is quite high, so you can get a little rail that goes around the edge here just to make it a little bit safer. You can see it's up to my shoulder height here. And then if we come up through the steps, you can see we've got a letterbox passerelle, or is that, I think, is in fact, oh no, that is the shower storage and water, so on. And then steps up, we'll do a quick tour around the decks. You can see we've got quite wide side decks and a good size little bulwark just to keep you safe as you move along. Guardrails round about hip height, not hip height, sorry, thigh height. And then onto this big foredeck area. Now, this is a fixed passageway between the seats. These obviously all lower down. I can just about do that one-handed. So you can see that there you've got sunbed, but once you put these down, you can sit facing this direction, albeit it is a relatively limited passage, and quite a small table that you can just have a few drinks up here, but you've got a forward-facing seat and you've got a big sun pad with these manual headrests. Now, all the mooring gear is underneath the deck here to keep it nice and free so that you can move around without stubbing your toes on winches, but they are all under these lockers here. You've also got a hatch through to the forward cabin, access and a bit of light. Now, there's a big storage area under here. I'm not sure if I can lift it up. I can't do it one-handed, but trust me, there's a big locker underneath there where you can fit a load of extra kit, fenders and so on. Walkway back down. Now, whilst we're here, worth pointing out, huge single section screen and a massive sunroof, which we'll have a look at from inside too. Also, take note, opening window for the helm station, really handy, good size central cleat, and these really well protected walkways. Now, into the cockpit area, there's that sunbed I showed you earlier. Now, the nice thing about that is it's on the same level as this whole cockpit zone, so you've got a very sociable connection between the seating area here and the sun pad aft. And what I like is how they've done this here. You've got a corner unit here facing out, so the seat's there. So when you're sat here, you've got a great view out, you've got a great connection with everybody sitting on that aft sofa, and a really flexible table. You can see this is on a high-low mount, so you can have it low as a coffee table or raise it up, spin it round, and then you've got a really good dining area. The other thing to note about these corner seats is you've got this little extension here that provides a bit more shelter from the wind when you're underway, and an extending sunshade up here comes out, gives you lots of shelter and shade. Wet bar here, this is clever arrangement. You've got a grill under there, you've got a ice maker under there. Here you've got controls for the Fusion sound system and things like the tender garage and that sunshade over the top. And then you've got just a bin for storage under there. Now, the other clever thing about the way they've done this whole integration between the outside and the inside spaces is they've got quadruple doors that slide across both ways. So you can either have them slid over on this side or they will all tuck into this gap here, and then you can put a sort of bolster cushion over the top so that you've got a really nice connection between the inside and outside seating spaces, or slide them all across, and then you've got an integration between the galley and the outdoor wet bar, and it almost becomes an extension of the galley. With the doors slid over to the port side, you now have this tremendous connection between the galley and the outside wet bar. So effectively it becomes like an extension. You've got your indoor cooking, your oven, your induction hob, but also your electric grill right next to it, extra ice maker and so on, and then a lovely wide flow between the cockpit and the saloon. So looking at it from inside, you can see that really nice connection between the inside and the outside spaces. We've got the galley over on the starboard side. Quick look at that. Fairly decent sized thing, not the biggest I've ever seen. Storage underneath, little dishwasher in there, oven here, fairly small fridge here, but that's because there's another fridge downstairs, which I'll show you in a second. The other good thing is we've got this TV up here that swings out and round, so you can watch it from over on the port side, or indeed from out in the cockpit. The whole thing angles out so you can watch it from inside or outside. Really good size seating area here. We've got a bit of storage under the seat there. Helm station over on the starboard side, exactly where you'd expect. There's that opening window next to the helm station, really good for communicating with people outside if you want to assist or talk to somebody on the side deck or the foredeck. Very well positioned screens, two big MFDs, adjustable tilt on the steering wheel, throttles right by your hand exactly where you need them, so if I'm sitting here, no stretch at all, I can sit right back in the seat and grab those. We've got the joystick here being IPS, so you can literally put it where you want, twist it on the spot, adjustable angle on the steering wheel. There's those two screens, compass where it should be, great view forward, full piece single screen, so no mullion down the middle. It means you've got a great view out, really tall side windows, so sat at the helm you do get a really good command and control position. And of course that enormous sunroof overhead, very much a Sunseeker signature design piece, carbon fibre, huge piece of glass. That whole thing will open up. I'm not sure if it's geared up at the moment. I can't see, oh maybe, there you go, is that gonna, there we go. So check that out. Absolutely enormous opening. I won't go the whole way because we'll be here for quite some while, but you can see it's quite a heavily tinted glass, so it's not too bright or too much solar gain, but when you do want to open it up, it will go the whole way and provide plenty of sun and natural ventilation. Now whilst we're up here, one more thing to show. There's a huge storage bin under there. That's really quite heavy on one hand, but it's got struts to help you. Nothing particularly clever, but great. You can't have too much storage on a boat like this. And then dropping down to the lower deck. Now there are several different options as to how you can rig this. This one has got the third cabin, but normally the standard arrangement is this becomes a little lower saloon area, so you have a slightly bigger lobby space. But you can see you've got all that sun pouring down from that big windscreen overhead. And this is where the second fridge is. So this is a really flexible space. We've got a big fridge freezer in here at the moment. And as well as that, there is another utility area in this third cabin. So we've got the washer dryer installed in there, lots more storage. But the alternative is, if you want to have a third cabin with an ensuite, that whole area can be an ensuite, but you do lose that fridge outside. Right, before I show you that third cabin, let's go and see the main event. And this is the owner's cabin amidships. Now this is such a change over the Superhawk 55. You have limited headroom in the 55. On this, you've got so much headroom, it's completely transformative. Okay, I'm 6'1", so it's probably 6'4", 6'5", but the feeling is absolutely transformational. This feels like a really big full beam owner's cabin. You've got plenty of space, plenty of headroom, floor space all around the bed. There's a tiny level change here, but literally it's just, you know, about a foot's height at most, and it's not sloping, so you can move all the way around the bed. You don't touch your head on the deck head even here. Storage along both sides, big TV on the bulkhead, lots of storage. I won't do every single one, but the usual situation. We've got a whole sideboard, really big windows. You don't get the full effect because we're wedged in between two much bigger boats, but you can see you've got really good light. You've got opening portholes here, really decent sized bed, nice vanity unit over on this side, equally big window over here. There's that TV, a bit more storage in the forward bulkhead, and of course an ensuite bathroom on this side. Very well proportioned too, lots of space in that walk-in shower, really good hull windows here, so lots of natural light in here, plenty of space, loo behind the door, mirrors all the way, plenty of storage too, really good size ensuite bathroom for a 55-foot boat. A couple of other nice little details. There's a big hanging cupboard in there, get some idea of how big that is. And of course, well, I say of course, a wine fridge. Slightly unusual location in the owner's suite, but apparently everybody likes a wine fridge, and this was really the only spare available space to fit it, so why not stick it at the entrance to the main cabin. Now, as you move forward, we've got the VIP suite in the bows. Another surprisingly generous space, particularly compared to the Super Hawk. There is just so much more room because of that raised deck height. Really good headroom in here too. Again, 6'4", 6'5" at least. Good sized hull windows on both sides of the bed. Quite a tall bed. It comes up to, well, again, just about kind of hip height. But there is steps either side to help you get up into the bed. Really nice soft design detailing even on the deck head here. Good artificial lighting. You can see it tucked in just behind that rim there. Two little opening portholes, not the largest, but you can get a bit of fresh air in here. TV on the bulkhead on this side. Good hanging locker. Is that a hanging locker? I'm not sure. Oh, there we go. I knew you could get in somewhere. There you go. Nicely lit and lined. More on this side, slightly smaller. And of course, access to the ensuite bathroom. Now, this is a shared bathroom on this particular layout with the third cabin. So you can see there is a second door out into the lobby there. Slightly smaller shower, but decent enough room. Good natural light and ventilation in here too. Loo down here, good sized sink. Storage all the way along there. Come back out into there. And that is the secondary access that I mentioned to that bathroom that we've already seen. I've already mentioned the fridge freezer in here. Let's have a quick look at the third cabin while we're here. Now, twin bed layout. These are relatively slender. They're probably only about a couple of feet wide, so probably best kept to kids. Although I think you can put the two beds together. I'm not quite sure. No, I'm not sure this one has got that, but what you have got is, again, plenty of headroom over the top, good size window in there, decent hanging locker, and of course you've got access to that utility room in there if you need more storage space. So very flexible, very versatile, lots of good headroom, much better accommodation below decks than we seen on the Super Hawk 55. So there you go, that is a very rapid tour of the brand new Sunseeker Predator 55. I hope you've enjoyed having a quick look round. If you've seen and enjoyed it, please do give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and of course don't forget that we will be doing a full sea trial as soon as we can, both on our YouTube video channel as well as in the magazine at Motorboat and Yachting or MBY.com. Once again, thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one.